Hey guys, Aaron Garza, founder here at Pureline Nutrition. Hope you're doing really well. Today we're talking about something extremely cool and something we've been getting a lot of emails about, something you've probably already heard of because it's everywhere. People are talking about it, actors are using it, fitness models are using it, people are losing body fat with it. And to be completely honest with you, I wasn't really sure if it was actually as powerful as people suggest. So I wanted to give it a little bit of time before I dug into it and before we actually brought a version to market. But what we're talking about is turkesterone. Turkesterone has just taken the fitness world by storm. People are seeing incredible results from it. You can get online, you can read reviews, hundreds and hundreds of reviews where people are putting on, 10 to 12 pounds of muscle in 6 weeks. They're losing 6 to 8 pounds of body fat. Women are getting leaner, tighter. They're just noticing their bodies change in ways that it hasn't changed in a long time. And men are just marveling at how powerful this unique little compound is. So let's get into it. Let's see if it's for you. And I'm going to actually tell you why it took us a little bit of time before we brought a version out to market. So stay tuned. So let's talk about what turkesterone is. Turkesterone is essentially what's called an ectosteroid. An ectosteroid comes from plants, it comes from insects, and essentially it is to them what testosterone is to us. It helps them repair, helps them grow, helps them get stronger, and it's been isolated in a way that we've been able to use it in humans or in a supplement type formula to help people get the same results that a plant or insect would, but on a more anabolic large scale. Ajuga turkestantia is the actual name of the raw ingredient in turkesterone that produces the result that people are looking for, whether it's building muscle, losing body fat. It gives it that anabolic effect, that growth effect, that effect that's actually creating a transformation in your body. And what's really interesting about it is this is the only product that in some time I've actually heard people compare to some of the world's most powerful anabolics, including D-bol, Anavar, Winstrol, testosterone. The cool thing about this is that it's a completely natural compound, being an ectosteroid, and it works in the same way that an anabolic does, although it doesn't attach to the androgen receptor. It works via a different estrogen pathway. It still helps you get the results that you're looking for in terms of building lean muscle, burning fat, all the stuff that you're trying to do. So really interesting. It's just something that, we've been hearing about, people have been talking about. And what I kind of also find interesting is that about 80% of the people who take it get phenomenal results. And then there's another 20% that kind of get lackluster results. They're like, I didn't really see much from it. And I have a suggestion, or I have an opinion as to why that is. And I'm going to get into that a little bit. So why are some people getting steroid-like effects, and why are other people just kind of getting like effects with it? Well, I believe a lot of it comes down to the assimilation of the product and the ability for your body to use that product or have a response from that product. You see, even with a steroid or an anabolic or a Sarm or anything else, whether female or male, there are certain people who are hyper responders. They respond well, they take it, and they're like, dude, this stuff is amazing. And you can see their body changing. While at the same time, there are people who can take all the stuff in the world, eat right, train good, and they just don't seem to have great results from those products. And I think a lot of that is because, again, their body just doesn't have an affinity for it, or they don't have a really good response with it. So this leads into why we created, or why we waited to create our turkesterone formula. You see, I think one of the biggest issues with turkesterone was the lack of absorption. I don't think people were getting a really good absorption from some of the turkesterone out there because it was just a simple turkesterone ingredient which had been standardized, and they were just kind of like, maybe some people were actually absorbing it, maybe some people weren't. Well, that's where turkesterone APS enters into the equation. That's our version of turkesterone, which we're releasing Thursday, April 14th. If you're watching this after that, you can just go online right now to thepureline.com and pick it up. But what our big key differentiator in this product is the trademark ingredient estrogen. So estrogen is a basic mix of astragalus and ginseng. It basically helps you absorb more turkesterone and get a better effect from the turkesterone you're taking. Now, something to also keep in mind is your dosage. We find that turkesterone tends to be very dose dependent, meaning that some people need 1,000 milligrams a day, some people need 2,000 milligrams a day, and there's others who may even need 4,000 milligrams a day. Now, I want you to understand one thing. When you are taking our 500 milligram per capsule turkesterone, you're actually getting 50 milligrams. And pretty much anybody's that you take, you'll see that it's standardized to 10%. That's the actual amount of active turkesterone you're getting is 10% of the 500, so 50 milligrams. But we kind of keep it in that high dose variation just so it's easier for you to dose and understand. So some places you may be reading on the internet are like, dude, take 50 milligrams, take 100 milligrams. Well, they're talking about the standardized. If they say take 1,000 or 2,000, well, they're talking about the whole dose of the plant at an unstandardized amount. So to keep it simple, 500 milligrams per capsule, start out with 1,000 milligrams a day, which is 2 capsules. And if you're a female, you probably want to start with half of that. And if you're not seeing results, female or male, slowly start titrating your dosages up and you'll start to see some of those things happen. Now, what can you expect? That's what a lot of people want to know. Hey, what happens? What do I see? What's my body going to do the first week, the second week, the third week? One thing I've noticed with all the people who have used it is it's very dose dependent, number one. Once you hit the right dose, you'll start to see the response. The second thing I notice is that it tends to take a little time for it to work. You need to give it at least 10 days. After 2 weeks, that's when you start seeing the body start to change. You start noticing a muscle fullness, very similar to like creatine monohydrate where the muscle would look rounder and fuller. It kind of gives that appearance. And like most people have alluded to, there's a tendency for it to give you almost a very mild effect of a Winstrol, like a 2 to 5 milligram dose. Nothing strong, but just enough to kind of harden the body up, make you feel a little bit leaner and tighter, and give you a great pump in the gym. That's kind of what I've noticed and what the people that I noticed take it have seen. Now that changes after the 6 to 8 week period. You start to see the body really using the ingredient, using the compound, and the body starts to really change. So it's incredible. I mean, we've seen great results with it. Again, I'd say there are people that don't respond, but the majority of people do. Now, the cool thing about this is, again, there's 0 side effects. It's safe for females, it's safe for males, and that's one of the things we always get people, females especially, saying, hey, I want to put on a little lean muscle, I want to lose body fat, I don't want to take anything that's going to help harm my thyroid or my hormonal system. Turkesterone is the perfect fit, and in fact, you can combine it with everything from fat loss products to Sarms to other things, and I'll talk a little bit about that in the second part of this video. But for now, just want you to know that what I've seen is that turkesterone does work, but it takes a little bit of time and it is heavily dependent on absorption levels, which is why we added estrogen to our turkesterone APS. So turkesterone APS, those are my initial thoughts on it. We will be releasing it on Thursday, April 14th. If you're watching this after that, then it should be available for you. Give it a shot. It can't hurt you, and it definitely is something that can help improve your capacity for training and your capacity for changing your body. Guys, I hope that helps a little bit. We will talk to you soon. Look out for the second part of this video. I'm going to go into what you can combine it with to get better results, and even look at maybe combining it with some Sarms, especially if you're a female using hardening, or maybe if you're a guy adding some other products to it to help enhance your results. So check out part 2 is coming soon, and I hope you guys are doing well. All right, guys, we'll talk to you soon. If you have any questions, you can always email us, info@thepureline.com, or give us a call at 1-800-632-1402. Take care.